Welcome one, welcome all. I am Bridger, and today we're jumping back into Brandenburg and the ambitious Margrave. So, where we last left our heroes, they weren't doing much. I don't feel like I'm making the progress I need to make in order to do well. I'm falling quite far behind in prestige, but it's a new age. A new time is upon us, and this is the moment we've been waiting for. Our military is currently quite weak. We need to fix that pretty soon. And the first thing we need to do is reveal events for age number 2. This is where we could theoretically start, and it looks like they shuffled correctly. Oop, I shouldn't have seen that one. Looks like we do have them set up correctly. The Protestant Reformation is about to pop out, making it very, probably harder to do the things that we want to do. But we are set up militarily with cannons. We do have, an okay amount of power. Our main thing is we spent entirety of last round kind of spinning our wheels trying to get a royal marriage card that never appeared. So I think, and I should probably pop over here. To that effect, I feel like I need to get a military card at the very least, because Joachim is not very good, and I need an advisor over here to help me out. But first, I'm going to try to get another royal marriage card. So, we've revealed the events. Let's take a look. Plague. Nobody ever likes plague. The Reformation spreads. Place Protestant tokens in 2 Catholic areas in the HRE that are not adjacent to C-zones marked with a cross. I think that's the northern C-zone? Nope, that must be the southern. That's Mediterraneans are marked with a cross. Yeah. Or a sword, if you will. Now, there's something special-ish about Protestant powers. For that, I need to find the religion section. There it is. So the Catholic powers have that little mini-game with regards to the papal curia. Protestant powers, they get a discount of 1 on the one administrative power on the convert area action, and they get a discount of 1 on the cost of playing development action cards. Pretty good. Pretty good. I was thinking we should probably convert to Protestantism. I'm guessing that there's going to be some missions that kind of suggest that we might have to do that, but we'll see. We have the subjugate card that we need to get Bohemia under our thumb. We just don't have the royal marriage to back it up. So anyway, we could potentially use this to place Protestant tokens in 2 of our areas, which should be great because, we have to play them in Catholic areas, don't we? Yeah. Currently, we've got this problem here, and we can theoretically fix that. Switzerland and Saxony must be chosen if eligible. Okay, so those are just going to happen, I guess. Pick English, French, Scottish, or Danish areas instead if there are no more eligible HRE areas. All HRE areas with diverse faiths turn Protestant. Oh, that'll actually help me a little bit, potentially. I don't know. You know what? I have to figure out how do we actually convert our state religion? That is going to be a very useful question here. So PRs may convert state religion from Catholic to Protestant or the opposite from age 2 by taking the change state religion basic action. Oh, it's a basic action. That makes it easy. The state religion may also change as a result of an event or as a result of peace terms. NPRs change state religion when the religion of their capital area changes. Okay. So then the question is, how painful is it to change our state religion? How bad is that particular action? If we take it, we don't pay any monarch power cost, but it costs us 2 prestige and 1 stability. We remove 1 royal marriage and 5 influence from any areas on the board. Place the removed influence into areas with the same faith as the new religion and gain unrest. Boy, that just, oof. And then it gives you the option to instead embrace the Counter-Reformation. I don't know what the value of that is. I suppose we'll find out as these events pop through. So, anyway. That's one. And then volatile cost fluctuation. All players must play ducats equal to half of their tax income plus 1 per for each deployed or exhausted land unit, and 2 for every loan they have and gold province they own. Before paying, they must choose to debase currency or pay in full to gain a stability. Well, it wouldn't be that much for me because I've got a lot of the units are not currently deployed. So that's a possible thing we could use to gain a stability. We're already at stability level 1. I wouldn't mind going further up. All right, so now we have to decide what we're going to pursue before we choose what cards we're doing. We've got this. Again, royal marriage, 2 free points waiting in the wings. And we've got these 4 on deck. Owner vassalize 4 provinces in an area where you have no core provinces that it is adjacent by land to another of your areas. I mean, that's fantastic. If and when. And the thing is, you can't use own means no vassals, so that becomes problematic. Hey, Sag. Own 2 provinces in an area that was not adjacent by land to your realm at the start of the game. Neither of these are going to be very likely. Although I think we can do this. It's just that we don't have a target for the core right now. All right. So here's the thing. I'm pretty sure there's around 5 royal marriages in this diplomacy deck. 2 of them are in here. There's still 3 left in here. Okay. We're going to pull them one at a time and see what we get. There it is. First try. All right. I think I'm going to pull one of each of the others. I do want to get some advisors in here. Let's start with military. We got an advisor, and now we'll go here. Crap, that's a leader, not an advisor. It's still a useful card. I probably won't mind using it, but, all right. So, now we have to decide what we're going to pay for. Oh, keeping these cards is so expensive. But I think I definitely want to keep mercenaries. I'm looking at this now. I'm not sure Revolutionary Idea is the right card to keep here. I think I chucked that one just because I don't have a lot of money. So I pay for these 2 and keep them. Oops, too far. So that is not bad. I could research scientific revolution with it, you say. The research action costs 1 less as a minor action. You may replace 1. I don't have. Oh, I do have 2 ideas researched. I forgot I have cabinet. You may replace 1 of the unpicked ideas at a cost of 1. I mean, it's okay. I kind of wanted that 4 to potentially either to maybe do some converting or at the very least fix this, right? Because I own almost all of this. My hope this turn, right? Territorial ambitions gives me a free core. The only other way to get a core that I know of is through some green cards. So I wanted to use it to get a core on 5 different provinces. The only other place I can use it for a core right now is Prussia, which is meh. It's only 2 provinces. I'm not going to be able to use it on either of these because if I take all of Bohemia or all of Saxony, they stop being electors. And that's going to be bad because the emperor doesn't like it when they stop being electors. I think there's something in the choice of its military targets that has to do with, is there opponent that has towns and vassals, in 2 or more original elector areas. So I guess it's just, he doesn't really care specific about, okay, so maybe I can just conquer all of Saxony and say who cares. But the problem is I will eventually maybe be emperor, and at that point, I don't want Saxony to completely conquered. You know, that's where that's my main problem. If I'm seeking to become emperor, that my original plan was to conquer Saxony, but vassalize Nuremberg so that I get their free vote in the future. Should it be needed, even though there's not really elections. I know. I'm stuck in that EU4 mode. So now that we've got our cards, we've picked them. We've got this. I think we've got to come up with a small plan for this turn. The bots are going to move in a minute. I think it's going to start with Denmark bot. They've got first player. But I think our plan should be take this event that's going to hit us the least right now, because we have no loans and we have very few units on the board, and we use it to get some stability. Then we trade a little bit as best we can to build up some money. If that does or doesn't work, we build a military, and then we get a claim here, and we attack it, and we take it. I'm very concerned that Denmark builds an alliance there first. So I almost want to attack this before that happens. So maybe I build like 1 unit, and then I immediately, declaring war, though, I need to build up a claim and everything. Like, I want that province before Denmark goes for it. I really do. There's just too much to do and not enough time. Well, let's see what Denmark does, because it's entirely possible that they ruin all my plans by going after it immediately with a diplomacy card. No, it's an event. Okay, that'll go down here. Well, this might solve all our problems. If they pick this one, then we must choose immediately, and we don't have to. Yeah, actually, choosing this has no advantages. If Denmark bot picks this one, I'll be happy. Because I was kind of planning on doing that anyway to get the not free, but get the stability and then immediately recruit units. Let's find out. So, the event action is near the back of this. No, front of this. There it is. So I think we're just rolling the die, and we're hoping to see a 3 on the die. 5. 5 means own event revealed, no. At war with opponent whose event is revealed, no. Pick the leftmost. Damn you. You're going to pick plague. All right. Well, bots can't always participate and help me out the way that I want. We're going to place some plague on the map. This is the first plague I've ever seen, by the way. So where would they do this? In one of your own areas and another in an area adjacent to it. For every 2D on this event. Okay, so they only get to place 2. So if they're going to place it in one of their own areas, boy howdy. I mean, it would probably do it to hurt them the least, right? Because if you place it here, they lose their big town. If you place it here, they lose their big town. They have to place it in one of their own areas. I kind of think they place it like here and here. Because the main thing about plague is it does, it lowers the base tax by like half, if I recall. All players must remove half their units in those areas as casualties, reduce a large town to one of those areas to a small town. Provinces and areas with plague provide half tax income rounded down. So yeah, as much as I would, as I feared they might go like here and here, it certainly behooves them to put it here and here. Like they lose 1 base tax, but none of their cities get reduced. So I think that's what the Denmark bot is going to do. Then Denmark bot gets to remove a cardinal. And I think it's going to remove Austria's, obviously. Now Denmark bot is the only one. And oddly enough, shouldn't there be 3 of these? Because there's only 3 Catholic realms right now. Well, we'll see. Anyway, other things is France is going to expand again. Last time it ate Anjou. I think it's going to eat Provence now. And then we've got circles. Take the square. Nah, we don't lose anything from circles. Excellent. Now we reveal this. Ooh. Secularization of Prussia. Prussia and Brandenburg become Protestant. Brandenburg may adopt Protestantism to gain ducats equal to their base tax times 2, gain 4 influence or a claim in Prussia, and lose 1 stability and 3 influence from Catholic areas. Huh. Interesting. Or maintain a monastic order, Prussia becomes counter-reformed. Did I mention I get some crappy leaders here? 231 is clearly better, and he's a triangle. I'm definitely not taking this 211 that's also a triangle. I mean, this leader's slightly better on combat, but boy. Anyway, that is the end of Denmark Bot's event action. Unless has 10 or more and less than 8 large towns, it spends 2 bot power to develop a small town into a large town. Oh, I didn't clear these out, I guess. So that's what it'll do. Turns a small town into a large town. Where will it do that? Probably in one of its cores. I'm going to say this one. Why not? Unfortunately, they just became stronger. And now it is my turn. And, oh. Yeah, I know. I don't like the alphabetical province thing. I try to just decide what makes the most sense for the bot. If I was a player in that situation, what would I choose? Okay. Now I finally have to make a decision for myself, and it sucks. I mean, I don't want the bots to take this by accident. The good news is we know only half of them can. And it's only a 1 in 20 chance that we'll pull the event from Austria anytime soon. Ducats equal to their base tax times 2. So our base tax times 2, that would be 24 ducats. That's amazing. That's phenomenal. Okay. Think about this very carefully. I do not want, I mean, it's only, even if an idea comes out of this, there's only like a 50% chance. No, sorry. Only a 1 in 6 chance. No, opponent event revealed. Yes, pick such an event. So there's a 1 in 3 chance that they'll pick the rightmost event in this case and resolve option B. Farg. I can't turn down 20. I gotta take it. Oh, there's so much more I'd rather do right now. Let's consider this. Have 4 researched ideas, own 2 provinces. Nope, that's not happening. All areas of your realm must follow your state religion at the end of the age. Enforce humiliation and opponent. Yeah, okay. It's just so much money I can't turn it down because I'm about to build a military and do some good stuff. So let's do it. Establish a secular duchy. Prussia and Brandenburg become Protestant. So we got to find the Protestant markers. And boy, how the Pope is not going to like this. Oh, wrong side. All right. Unfortunately, now 2 of our areas are not following the state religion. I'm going to move this a little bit closer, just because when it's off the map there, I kind of forget that it's there because it's in the dark area. So, all right. And then may adopt Protestantism to gain ducats equal to their tax base times 2, which we determined is 12. So I get 24. So this goes to 30. Damn, that is a giant income. And then we can gain 4 influence or a claim in Prussia. I mean, we can't really gain either of those because we own it. I guess we can put a claim there, but it won't do anything. I'm not gonna waste the time and effort. So we lose 1 stability, which, man. And then 3 influence from Catholic areas. Oh no. I should have put some influence out in Catholic areas. I need those back in there, though. All right. I'll be very disappointed if Austria pulls a diplomacy right now. It will just kill me if they get to sneak into Bohemia while I'm messing around here. All right, so this is now double, and this is double. Oh, gosh. This is why I try not to stack them. For some reason, one always falls underneath. There we go. Okay. So now the moment of truth. Not diplomacy. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. I may be wishing it was diplomacy in a second when we roll on the military chart, but for now, thank gosh it's not. Okay. Military at war, no. Has claim, yes. They did get a claim over here, right? So I think that's what they're going to go to war with. So we have to roll the die and see if they get the claim. Let's see. A 6. That's claim 6. All right. So claim 6, select realm for which they prefer highest. I think it's going to be Milan, right? Yeah. Milan is the highest vassal tax, the highest base tax there. So I think they're going to war with. Oh, wait a minute. It's Venice, isn't it? Yeah. Milan is the highest in that area, but Venice is the highest that has, realms in that area. So do they have less than 4? Yes, they have less than 4. Is their strength half as much again as the target? In this case, target of an NPR strength equal to tax income. No, it's not twice as strong as us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I don't think we're counting their. Oh, they don't have Kofu on this. They do have Krita, I believe. Yeah, they don't apparently count that in here. So yeah, the answer is no. So it's going to declare war on the target, spend 1 to recruit units automatically. Boom, boom, and they only get to recruit the 1. It's. Oh. This was a thing. Is that still a thing? No, I don't think we gave them the right amount of manpower last time. So they should have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because they did free their town from the rebels. There are still rebels in their capital. I don't know what those rebels do for now. They're just sitting there. There's no unrest, so they can't really do much. Anyway, so they declared war. Now, do they have NPR allies with 2 or more adjacent to the target? The answer is no. They don't have any allies at all at the moment. They already annexed Hungary. So, no defensive calls to war. Remove all bots' influence from all of target's areas. Not a problem. They have none in the area. We've got to put a war here on Venice to remind ourselves that later. Does it trigger naval battles? No. Yes, it does. So 1, 2, 3 strength for the NPR, as far as I can tell. Because these. Oh no, I'm sorry. Treviso and Verona are also ports. So it's 2 for Venice's large, then 1, 2, 3, so 5 against the bot. So now we're going to have to go to a naval battle. And is the enemy PR? No. Roll battle dice. Artillery dice equals the numbers hot house tips. We're going to roll 5 artillery dice. And if the number of cannons rolled is greater than 2 plus adjacent bot ports, which is 3, right? So 2 plus 1 equals 3 because Crane is the only bot port. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they get at least 3 hits, the Venetians win, and they do. So the answer is that is greater than, yes, remove bot ship and end the battle. And then we'll go back to the military chart in a second. All right. It went to naval battle. Now does it trigger land battles? No. And they've already got their full strength, so they go as army map on the board. Yes. They've got full maximum armor capacity, right? Yeah, they're here in Tyrol, so they're fine. Can they siege the area they're in? No. Farg, I've been doing this wrong already. The rebels trigger the defend action. Damn it. You're not wrong. I just figured that out too. I just want to pull a card. I hate how many conditionals there are that I forget all the time. It's not even that hard. I just get so used to pulling a card to see what happens. All right. So none of that happened, but we'll keep that in the wing. We're not going to undo any of that just because I forgot about the rebels. We're going to do the rebels, and then when they pull the military card, that's when we'll trigger the whole war thing. Instead, the defend action is area with invaders, yes. So they have 2 or more bot power left, and this would have been the defend action only triggers 1 cost to start with. So let's back off on that spend. And the answer to that, no, they can't siege. So is their army twice as big as the invading force? Yes. Is their army on the map? Yes. Invaders in area where bots MIC is greater than the invading force? Yes. Place army in the area with the largest invading force. So they should not have gotten all the way up to there. They should be at 8 and 3. They never actually did the recruit action. Their army just went in here and is going to try to stomp it with what it's got. And then we go to land battle and we see what they do. So in this case, they're just going to roll 2 rebel dice and then give the casualties to the bot as long as the bot survives, which it should. There it is. So yeah, assign the casualties. If the bot has units remaining, then it's done. So the bot takes remove all NPR units. Actually, that's interesting. Assign casualties. Bot's casualties equal the number of things rolled. Yes, we did that. Bot has units remaining. Yes. It doesn't explicitly tell us to take the rebels out. This claims it's a victory, right? But if the bot has units remaining, should we remove the rebels? Presumably, yes. Maybe it's under the defend action. No, it just goes to the end of the turn. Oh, I did the wrong thing again, didn't I? Jesus Christ, this is way too annoying. This should be at 8. That should be at 1. And now, I just don't see explicitly where it says I'm supposed to remove the rebels. I mean, the rebels aren't taking hits. There's nothing that rolls the rebels, right? The infantry as you roll the number of hostile units. The bot gets casualties, but we don't assign any casualties to the rebels. I feel like that's missing a step. That's kind of weird. I assume this is just like, it just assumes that if it's not a player realm or, a player or a bot that's fighting, then the bot is going to take some damage and then they just win. And normally they don't need to remove the rebels from the board because NPR point dudes actually do go on the board. Anyway, we're just going to play it as it lies. Gosh, all I want to do is have this stupid game go smoothly where I know all the answers to these stupid questions, and every time. Oh, it's in the solo bot rules. It should be in the actual chart. That's the thing about this rule book that drives me crazy is how often things are only in one place. Yeah, it says they're removed. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's there. I knew that was in my head from somewhere, and yet before I've gotten in trouble for not following the charts very specifically, and the charts don't tell you to remove it, so why would it be there? Anyway, all that having been said, the defend action costs them a single thing, then they gain 1 back because they were victorious, and that's the end of their turn. Now we're going on to Denmark. So Denmark is not occupied by anything. Thankfully, we pull a card. Oh, no. Why, Denmark? Why? All right. We're just going to have to abandon all our hope of Bremen being a fun summering location because they're about to ally them, I believe. I don't think there's any way around it. I think that's going to happen 100%. Let's find out. All right. So, diplomacy. Do they have a royal marriage and an alliance? No. Do they have an alliance? No. Do they have 2 or more on any NPR adjacent to the bot? Yes. Select the one with the highest tax income. Prefer non-player realms that are married to the bot. Well, there's only one where they have any at all. It's Bremen. So, yeah. Is an alliance possible? Yes. Place an alliance there. I just needed one more turn. But I mean, that's kind of what I needed 2 more turns, let's be honest. I wanted to get a claim there and then go to war with Bremen. I should have just taken it. Oh, well. I guess that'll be our eventual goal. When we decide to go to war with Denmark, it will be over this Bremen conflict. You can order the cubes better when selecting them all by picking them up, and while picking them up, type a number on the top of your keyboard. You mean by picking them up from here? That just puts it in my hand. I don't think that's what you meant. All right. Anyhow. So after they get the alliance, we go straight. Oh, and add 1 if there's space. Ugh, I hate doing that. All right. There's not space, so they don't get 1. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm holding it. I'm clicking buttons. But, I mean, I just pick them up like this. It's fine. Now I can't see. That's why I have to make them fall over. All right. So Denmark gained a new alliance and prevented me from going after Bremen. The Bremenese saw the writing on the wall. So it's back to me. And I've been thinking I want to suppress the unrest, but if I do that, I'm not going to have enough to do a military conquest of Saxony this turn. Oh, and the one thing I was terrified of is Bohemia. I have to fix that before I do anything else. So I'm going to add influence, and I'm going to spend another 3 ducats to add another influence to Silesia, because I needed that in order to subjugate them and vassalize everything. And I could start putting it in Westphalia as well. Put some ducats, some cubes in there. I was thinking that way, if I could get some influence over to Champagne, then I could maybe get a merchant over there when trade happens, but I don't think that's super necessary. It does seem like I should have at least 1 more cube out on the board somewhere when I've got this much money to burn. So let's find out what would the best place be. I'm about to attack Saxony, so Saxony's a no-go. The cubes are going to go away. Pomerania should be theoretically a thing that I can attack in the near future. I don't know if I want to set it up. Maybe I could get an alliance with Pomerania. Yeah, that's not terrible. Let's do. I'm not going more than that. I think Pomerania will go a diplomatic route. We'll go aggressively here, diplomatically here, and maybe aggressively over here. We'll see how that works. Okay. So that was our place influence. We've locked up Bohemia again 1 more time. So next turn we can play Royal Marriage on Bohemia, then we can subjugate them, and then we can maybe use some military power to go after Saxony. I want that to happen. But let's save our military cubes just in case something weird happens. All right, that's our turn. So let's go ahead and pull that military card, play it as it lies. War with Venice has occurred, and we did the C part of that military action, which was... No, that's defend. There we go. Triggers naval battle, and then naval goes to, does it trigger land battles? The answer is no. Is their army size twice the target strength? No. They do have 4 left and more manpower, so this is where they will go to their full 11, but they will spend 2 to do it. And they spend 1 more bot power to do the actual military card that I pulled here. So let's see. So they do that trigger. They go around as the map army on the board. The answer is yes. Can they siege in the current area? No. Hostile units in areas 2 spaces away? Yes. Move army to enemy area in range. Prefer largest enemy force, which is less than own army. So that's just going to be Venezia itself. Or why did they wind up in a battle then area with own claim? Okay, so they're going after the capital right away. And they march in. And it's not going to be easy. This is a very strong province for Venice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 military power here in Venice that's going to be fighting them. And just like the other land battle, it's going to be 6 dice, and we're just going to see how many casualties the Emperor takes, but it's going to definitely win. And it looks like 2 total casualties. Boy. Not much. Okay, so the Emperor gets a bot power. Ye old Austria bot. And that's the end of the battle. And I believe that's also the end of the turn because it was over here. So now it goes to Denmark. So Denmark is not at war. They just finished diplomacy that locked in Bremen on their side. Selecting them all and picking them up, and while picking them up, type a number. Okay, so you're saying do this, pick them up, and then type a number. Oh, interesting. So you can 2 by 2, you can do 3 by 3. Huh. You're not wrong. That is more orderly. Blast these cubes into an orderly line. Take that, thusly. Now, we have 1. That is not like the other. Okay, so Denmark locked in that strong alliance with Bremen, you jerks. All right, they're not at war, so convert probably won't appear because they don't have a problem. They don't have anything in this area, so I think convert's not going to apply. So it just says perform second. So now that we are on to the second, which is Papal Curia. Where's that hiding? Here it is. Catholic state religion, yes. Uncontested papal controller. You know, they might be. They are. Age 1 or 2, yes. Adjacent to an area with 2 provinces or more owned by Muslim realms and no. Any Catholic opponents and no crusade and no active excommunication or crusade. Excommunicate an opponent. You don't need any actual reasons in this one. Why would they? Oh, having most on the track isn't enough. You have to have 2? Are you sure? Well, they just had to have most on the track. Player with the most cardinals is the papal controller. In case of a tie for most, having less most breaks the tie. Oh, yeah. Uncontested controller does indeed require at least 2. And the most cardinals with no tie. All right. Well, gee, there's so many freaking tiny things to do. And I never even mess with the papal controller at all. Okay. So, has Catholic? Yes. Is uncontested? No. Is papal controller in age 1 or 2 and can use excommunication to remove an opponent's cardinal? Well, no. No other opponents have cardinals. And excommunicate and call crusade can happen whether you're uncontested or not, I believe. But in this case, they're going to place a cube. Technically, they place it in there, and the one on the bottom goes over here, and nobody cares. So I think here, they can't use excommunication to remove a cardinal. Therefore, they will add a cardinal. If now papal controller, remove exclamation on own realm if any, and then end turn. It's back to me. So here's where we do our royal marriage thing. We got to spend 1. Oh, you did not just miss. All right, we got to spend 1. Place a royal marriage on the capital of the NPR. This royal marriage counts as 1. Oh. I didn't need to do that. Well, I did, actually. The royal marriage was not going to fix it. Okay. So we put the royal marriage here. And we're done. All that for a card that took forever for us to get. Okay. So we spent our diplomatic power. Now we're back over to Austria. Austria is at war. And are they in an area that they can siege? Yes. They spend 1 per tax income sieged, which I think they reiterate on the siege chart. Here it is. Siege hostile provinces of up to 3 tax value. Spend 1 per tax value sieged. Prefer own core provinces occupied by enemy, then opponent's towns, and then NPRs. Island provinces can only be sieged by bot if it has a ship in the adjacent sea zone. If bot only has 1 bot power and no small provinces to siege, it sieges a large province. If bot had, so it doesn't have a ship. So it's not going to be able to get Venice itself. But, okay, so the next time here, it's going to be unable to siege. And so it will continue down and it's going to hopefully get a naval result, I assume. In the meantime, it is going to siege both of these towns there. And that means these are popping over. So, hashtag mission accomplished, but it can't get Venezia because it doesn't have a ship. Now, if it builds a ship, I wonder if that causes an immediate battle with the 2 remaining ports here. Probably. That's my interpretation. Probably. Okay. So, let's see. That was a siege, and that's the end of the turn. So it goes to Denmark. Denmark is still not at war. And if it's not at war, it can, and it's not under attack by rebels, it can basically ignore the rest of this chart because it also doesn't have any colonists. So now we pull, and a naval for Denmark. All right, so any hostile sea zone, no, and then any sea zone without bot ship adjacent, and I think the answer's no. Later on, I think it's going to try to kill those pirates. So it does not have 5 or more ships in the main map, so it's going to add any main map on the sea zone without bot ships adjacent to any of bot's ships. The answer is yes. Place a ship in such a sea zone. Prefer adjacent to the most trade nodes, then alphabetical. So I think, let's look here. I might have to actually move this onto land here. So let's see. Adjacent to most trade nodes is going to be Dodger Bank because it's adjacent to 2. So that's where it's going to be. 100%. Hundo P. Maybe some juicy trade. You're not wrong. Let's find out. It's going to certainly go after the pirates here, I think, in a moment. So has a ship adjacent to pirates. Remove all pirates from trade nodes. Prefer node with own merchant, then fewest merchants. So it's actually just going to remove the pirates instead of trading. So that's too bad. Too bad for me. And that's it. So now it's my turn. And I think it's time to finally subjugate. Or is it? Maybe the subjugation should actually be the last thing we do. Now that we've got the royal marriage, we save 1 diplomatic power to do the subjugation. Because if we subjugate too early, we're not going to benefit from the manpower. But if somebody were to attack us, like Denmark with a military card or something, then right now we can call our allies in and get free manpower. Does subjugate require peace? Yes, both targets are peace. So I want to keep that 3 free manpower on the back burner just in case Denmark goes to war here. So what I am going to do instead is what I was planning to do eventually anyway. Ugh. No, because of those events. I'm still waiting on this event. I don't want to deploy too many units. Okay. Screw it. We can't all be Thrall. So we're going to do a couple of things that I meant to do anyway. That's going to cost 1. And then I can't do this as an advisor as much as I'd want to, so let's subjugate. Let's just pull the plug and hope that Denmark's not going to hit us. So we need to discard cubes from our NPR ally equal to their base tax plus opponent's influence in the realm. The opponent has no influence. We've made sure of that. So we get to vassalize our ally, and their vassals can be as targets as long as we can pay everything. So that's what we're going to do. Because we have the royal marriage, we can do this. Because they have 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why did I need the royal marriage for this? 6? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know that I needed the royal marriage now. I needed it last time because their base tax was too high. Oh my God. I went hunting for it. Well, it is what it is. Mistakes were made. We pull off 4 from there and 1 from Silesia in order to gain all of the vassals. All the vassals! And we need 1 more for Silesia itself. All right, so we still have a royal marriage. We no longer have an alliance because vassals are automatically kind of pseudo-allies. We do still have an influence in there so that if we have the disloyal vassals thing, that won't hurt us too much. So subjugate goes away, much to my chagrin. I've been holding on to this leader just in case. I'll probably get rid of this card in the near future. I don't need it anymore. But that's the end of our subjugation. Now I will prepare. I'm hoping that they pull an event and that they do this. If they were going to do it, I hope they do it soon. I'd really rather avoid paying a lot, but let's find out what happens. So Denmark is at war. So we go down the chart. Can they siege? No. They've sieged everything they can in this province. So they go to the next one, which is there bot power that's spent? No. So it goes to draw a card and choose the cost. Okay. Convert and focus. So they're going to spend 1, and convert isn't possible because they have nothing that isn't already in the right type of religion. So they're going to focus, and they're going to focus on expansion. And that's going to be it for their turn. That's a short turn. All right. So now Denmark bot, who is not at war. This might be their last turn because I believe they've already taken that. Yeah. Okay. Denmark bot, show us what you got. Unrest and focus. Do they have any? They do. They're going to flip that over from the unrest ability, if I'm not mistaken. If they own provinces with unrest, remove it from 2 and then end the turn. They're now fully not under any more unrest. So now it's back to us. We've got our vassals. We've got our administrative power we can use to get... Oh, you know what? Bureaucracy. That's the one I want. I don't want scientific revolution. I want bureaucracy with my admin power, I think. So we're going to use scientific revolution to pay 2 and then 2 of a matching type, which is going to be 4. And this is going to score us 3 prestige. So it's also good for that. But what that means is we're going to unlock an extra 3 income every round and get the 3 prestige. That's pretty decent. 1, 2, 3. There's not much else I could have done with that admin power except save it up to deal with... Did I already lose a stability? I thought my stability was higher. Oh, well. Must have been seeing things. So that's the end of my turn playing this card. And it's over to Denmark, to Austria, who's still at war, and yet He's going to pull a card. Military. That is unfortunate for Venice. Now, I don't think this is going to result in them dropping a ship, is it? Let's see. First is army, blah, 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 blah. Is it 2 times the target's strength now? That's the question. Well, it's 9. And what's left of the enemy is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is. It doesn't need to stop and raise troops. So it goes straight to, is army on the board? Check for maximum army capacity. Yes. Can siege in the area? No. Hostile units or areas less than 2 spaces away, including naval bridge, move to the area. Largest enemy force, which is less than own army, then area with own claims. So it's going to march into here and fight an army of 2, technically, because Venetia is still going to be able to support it. Sorry, 3, because Venetia is a large province. And they do 1 more damage to the Austrian horde. But the Austrians still win, so it counts as gaining another bot power. Okay. And that triggers a battle, and then it ends the turn, and it gave the bot power. Denmark. Did I charge them for the focus? Did I even do... Oh, no, they did the unrest. I didn't charge them for it either. Oh, God. Okay. So now I think they pass. Spent is greater than what's left. They're not at war. Have they picked an event? Yes, they pass. Short turn for Denmark. Austria's still got some time left, and that allows me to have some time left. Okay. Oh, I was going to do a convert action to fix this problem. Instead of taking the bureaucracy. Oh, convert actually... Yeah, that's convert area requires 2 + 3. Cool. All right, well, we're going to have to rely on our military, I guess. So, with that having been said, we're going to declare war now for 1 cube, and we're going to raise a hell of an army. 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to put 2 guys, 4, 5, directly in here. Why? Because we're not probably going to be able to deal with these. So I'm leaving some dudes behind just in case. So the army's now got enough to go deal with Saxony, who we just declared war on. And we can actually declare war on Newman, too, and vassalize them. So we'll declare war on both. The claim is not really going to help us. Now, can we fight 4? Gulp. Yeah, we've got 5. I think we've got that. I think we've got it. I can leave 2 behind pretty safely, I think. Question mark. I can even assign my ruler as a general because I'm sitting on this in my hand. It's the same. Margaret has the same stats as this guy. Even if he takes a wound in the combat, I'm okay with it. We'll get to roll 1 extra die. Okay, so we declared war. We spent 1 military bot power. Now we got to pay for all those things we just raised. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is what we got to pay for. We're down to 7. Boy, that 30 has just absolutely disintegrated off the map. But at least we're going to be making a little more money thanks to our vassals next at the end of the round. Okay. If you play with available mercenaries option rule, you can raise up to 3 mercenaries before moving from one of your areas. Yeah, I'm not certain why those are optional. So until I really can suss out and think about it, I don't really want to mess with it. You know what? Oh, yeah, the military IDs actually don't help Austria at all against these NPRs because the battle doesn't flip out that way. Okay, so can they siege? Yes. So they do, as I recall. So they're going to spend 1 bot power sieging, which means they get to put this down with an occupado marker there. And I think that's it. Sometimes they're just that simple, but I'm always checking because I've made the conclusion that it's just that simple and then I've been wrong. So Denmark is up. and they actually passed. Did I put them in the right? I didn't. There we go. So it's back to me. So now we're going to march on our targets. So we head into here, and we're going to fight a 4 rebel army. So there's the rebels. And we've got 4 dice, and we got to find out if they have a leader. Oh no! John, hero of the Saxon Republic? Monarchy? Whatever. It's not going well for us, I think. We got to roll 4 dice. They get to roll 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Although we hit on everything. You know, except for blanks. 2 hits. God damn it. Yeah, I know, Rip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lucky for us, they can only hit 4 times. And they only hit once. Even luckier for us. All right. Round 2. Fight. 1, 2, 3, 4 for us. All we need is 2 hits. And we got them. So they are donezo. But can they hit us going out with 2 more? Oh, they get more than that. So that's 1 hit. And 2 hits. Ugh, they're killing me, Smalls. Look at that. I got to leave my siege behind. It's all that's left. Yeah, I said they hit twice, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They hit once. And then the second time they hit twice. That's why I lost 3. All right. But we've managed to put them down. And then we're back to Austria. 1 top left. I don't know what to tell you, man. It says artillery, artillery, blank, blank, infantry. Oh, there's another infantry. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, that's awful. I must have missed it somehow. All right. Well, when you're right, you're right. And you're always right. Yeah, that turned out badly when they got a really good leader. It's okay, Torkeep. I am going to have to siege twice is all to get all 4 of those. And good news, I have the military power to do it. Austria, luckily, is not passing, so it's going to give me enough time to do this. So we get... Oh, and you know what? Let me double check. We didn't get any double tertio results, right? No, they did not get a double tertio either time. In fact, they got 0 tertios. So don't have to worry about that. Now, they have sieged what they can from Venice. They're going to flip unrest, which is going to spend 1 bot power. But they have no Oh, yes, they do. They have unrest by the bucket load, so they're definitely doing that. And then they're going to be done, and it's back to me. And we are going to spend 1 to siege 2 provinces in that area with our single leftover cannon. And luckily we've got a claim in there. It's not going to work great. You know. The Emperor's probably not happy. He's got some influence in Saxony, and he's like, what the hell's going on? So I've sieged twice. We go back to Denmark, Austria bot, and they still have more power when they're at war, so they're going to do it again. And there's a military result. Okay, and their military result is they're at war, select enemy realm with greatest strength, blah, blah, blah. Army size greater than 2 times the target strength. The answer is still yes. Armies on the board, yes. Can siege current area, no. Hostile units or areas up to 2 spaces away. I believe the answer is yes. They're going to walk over to Dalmatia. So that's what they'll do. So 1, 2 to Dalmatia. But I don't think they're going to have time to siege it down next turn. Comes back around to me. I spend 1 more military power. And I siege down the last 2. Oh, I never actually put my towns out, did I? Did I drag them out? Yes, I did. I put them over here. I just didn't put them on the actual occupied spaces. The designer of the mod has gone ahead and made some changes to the model here so that it doesn't get stuck on things so often, which is nice. But in the meantime, I'm just going to scale it down. I'm playing with an older version of the module because I just saved it as it is. I'm not going to remake it. Okay, so that's probably going to be the end of our whole thing here. Austria bot is definitely done, right? There's no way that they keep going here. So they're going to pass, and unfortunately, that's going to give them a bot power. I didn't get the ducats from it, but the ducats, it is what it is. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Austria is not going to pass because they have to take an event. So let's roll to see what event they take. Boy, I hope it's the leftmost. Let's find out. 6. On event. Own event revealed, no. At war with opponent whose event is revealed, no. Pick leftmost event. The Reformation spreads. And it's going to gain a bot power for the money that was on there. So, as I recall, we have to place 2 Protestant tokens on Catholic areas in the HRE that are not adjacent to C zones marked with a dagger. Switzerland and Saxony must be chosen if available. So that's where they go first. And luckily for me, it's Saxony. I mean, I haven't converted, which is maybe going to be a pretty big problem for me. And the Emperor still has some stuff in there. So that's interesting. I'm going to need to convert to Protestant because I'm going to get a lot of nonsense here. Wow. Yeah, convert costs 2 administrative power. Boy, I'm really going to be upset that I didn't pick the bureaucracy, that I picked bureaucracy instead of convert here. That was a major mistake. Anyway, all HRE areas with diverse face. Oh, turn Protestant. That's actually nice. Now, that's one less problem for me to worry about in the future. But for now, it's still bad. Future good, for now, bad. And then we have to do rebel dice. Gosh. You couldn't have rolled this one, huh? You couldn't have rolled this one? All right. So, rebel dice for Austria. Let's do that first. Maybe I'll feel better about it in the end. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rebel dice coming their way. My poor beaten up army is about to have some of our... So they've got 1 rising up against them, and then they lose 1 bot power. So the 1 rising up against them is going to do 1 bit of damage. Nope, it didn't work it. Okay, and Denmark is the least unresty one right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for me. Gulp. All right, 1 unrest goes away. I lose 4 ducats, and I lose 1 manpower. Oh, no. Oh, no. My army. Oh, you know what? I needed to properly... crap. I need to do those area by area. So I'm going to roll a d6. On a 1 or a 2, it comes up here. On a 3 through a 6, it comes up here, which is very bad because I have no army there anymore. Okay. Come on, 1 or a 2, please. Oh, phew. All right. So there's 1 thing fighting me over there. I suppose I could turn it into an army and immediately assign my leader there. Maybe army number 2 will do better than the first. Let's find out. So they get to roll 4 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4 against the 1 rebel. Got him. And then the rebel rolls 3 back at us. And, of course, he gets a hit. That's a lot. We're going to need some military power. This +1 Karl Augustus is not going to do it. Next turn, we're going to do no military. It's going to be all spent on recruiting We're not even going to be able to fix all this unrest. We're going to do a national focus that goes over to military. That's going to be necessary, 100%. Oh, and I need to spend 4 ducats from that. That's fargan rough. But I get to undo one of these, and it will be this one. I don't know how the vassalization situation, if they stay unrest when I release them as a vassal. We're going to have to find out. I'm hoping that's not the case. If so, the claim will take care of both of these. I've got an army here, albeit an army with only one guy in it. Still better than nothing. So, that was the rebel dice for me. Austria rolled its rebel dice. There aren't any more rebel dice. So now we do this Protestant spreading thing, the infectious faiths. And that's on the, here's the event things on this. There it is. Spread of religious ideas. Find clusters of infectious faiths, bodies of areas connected by land. For each cluster, but max 4 in total. I assume that means max clusters. Max 2 of one type if less than 1 infectious faith in play. Technically, there's only one infectious faith in play. So no more than 2 clusters, but I think there's only 1 cluster, honestly. The cluster goes from Switzerland. Oh, no, Switzerland's cut off. Okay. This is a cluster right here. There's one big cluster in the north, and then Switzerland's another cluster in the south. So for each cluster, place a religious token in an adjacent area except Muslim or Orthodox. So may not replace an infectious faith placed in the same turn. If no clusters, then place diverse faiths token in any 2 Catholic areas. So there is clusters. What is the bot going to do to this? Does it use auto resolution? Let's find out. Use auto-resolution rules except 1. Spread own state religion first. Prefer options that would not cause religious dissent for the resolving bot. That makes sense. Prefer options that would remove religious dissent. Okay, so the auto-resolutions to start with Protestant, alternate between Protestant and Catholic Reform. Areas selection priority areas with towns, then highest tax value, then A to Z. So if this one has to, if this cluster has to spread, it would choose to spread it down to Lombardy because it doesn't, no, it's actually got towns everywhere. So lowest effect on taxes. So it's either Lombardy or Rhineland to keep the lowest possible. Oh no, it can send it to French Comté, can't it? There's nothing that says it has to stay in the HRE. So it's going to prefer not to spread it to its own towns where it's going to cause diverse faiths problems. So Protestantism is now over in Burgundy. And then up in the north, it doesn't care. It's just going to pick one that has highest area tax value, which I think is going to be Bohemia. I can't imagine there's anything with a higher tax value than Bohemia, because that's got 2, 3, 4. No, 2, 3, 4, 5. What about up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Brandenburg's already 1. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In fact, I think it's going to be Poland, because this is technically 2, 4, 6, 7. I don't think anything beats 7 now that I'm looking at it. Okay. So that spread the infectious face twice. And now pluses take heartache. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm going to need an administrative advisor post-haste. So that was their event. Congratulations, Austria. You tried to crush the Reformation, and now you've gone and done it anyway. So now we're going to have to resolve the bottom of this one anyway, which is a cardinal must die. And it doesn't matter which one, because they're both Danish. Okay. Bohemia is also Protestant. Why is Bohemia Protestant? Oh, because it's a diverse faith inside. I didn't even notice it started with diverse faiths. Huh. Oh, is diverse faith considered a... is that considered an infectious faith? Let's see. Sometimes an area simply has a diverse faith token because none of the other faiths dominate. Can it be adopted? Areas with diverse faiths are always considered to be in a state of religious dissent. Where does it define infectious faiths? Now I can't... There it is. Protestantism and counter-reformed Catholicism are considered infectious faiths and will spread to new areas. Oh. If placing... Why would you ever place diverse faiths? This is a very exciting staring at nothing while I look up rules, I know. Oh, okay, thank you. The area... Okay. The event said all areas with diverse faiths get Protestant. So, yes, I understand now. You win a cookie. Roll a 6, win a cookie. All right, so we got rid of the cardinal. We got rid of the other event. That was Austria's event, right? I had already picked an event. Now it comes back to me. I can pass and gain 2 ducats. And then Austria is also passing to end the round. So Denmark gets to maintain first player. And now we have to resolve the rest of this nonsense. So, no NPR invasions? Technically, I think Venice is going to invade. In areas, let's see. NPR invasions are considered advanced rules, but I don't remember where the hell they are in the system. Sequence of play, I guess, is where that's hiding. All right, NPR invasions. Nope, it's resolve this according to the steps on 36. Gosh, the more I play this game, the more I hate this rulebook's organization. Okay. The NPR has to not be an active ally. Check. None of the areas where the NPR currently controls provinces contain units hostile to the NPR. Check. There's at least one eligible invasion target. Area adjacent to the NPR. The target area must contain a town belonging to the hostile player realm. Yes. Areas are ineligible if they are adjacent by sea. Yeah, it doesn't say this is not applicable to bots. It looks like bots will have it applicable. Areas are ineligible if they contain units belonging to the player realm, which is not at war. Okay, if there are 2 or more eligible areas, pick the NPR zone capital area, the areas with the most of NPR's core provinces. So it's going to put it right, it's going to dump it right here. It's just going to dump it right there in order to spawn some partisans here. How many do they spawn? Add unrest to 2 of the things belonging to players at war with the NPR. In this case, there's only one choice. It's Crane. Crane is under attack. Place NPR units there equal to half the tax value of provinces currently controlled by the NPR. So 1. Count their vassals as part of the NPR realm. Oh, half the tax. Yeah, is 1. No matter which way you slice it. So that's going to cause some problems, some headaches for Austria, it looks like. Resolve battle immediately, but there's no battle. How could there be battle? One of the... Oh, because it can invade an area next to it. That's right. Okay, so NPR invasions complete. Rebels siege and move. Resolve by area. There's only one area with rebels. It is Venezia. They are going to siege large provinces first, and then play around with lowest tax income and a tie, then A to Z. So in this case, Crane is going to be sieged by rebels because it is the closest to the beginning of the alphabet. And for that, we now mark this, which makes no change to Austria at all. Just going to cost them to waste some bot power dealing with it, which, you know, I'm okay with that. It is an island, and it is only connected via sea, but the rule was that you cannot perform the invasion if the sea is hostile, and there is no Austrian ship here, so they are allowed to perform the invasion from Venezia. That's my interpretation. So that's that. We now do peace resolution. I have, I guess we do it in turn order. Denmark has no peace to do, so it goes to me for white peace. Well, there's no white pieces at all. Then it goes to me for total, and I have totally defeated the opponent. So, for each of these, I have to do one option. Full annexation. Remove all of losers' alliances and royal marriages. If loser is blah, 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 the victor may discard that. Yeah, that's all that happens. So we're just going to remove these markers here. All of the occupied markers. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and hoover all these up and place them correctly. And now I'm going to remove the claim in order to flip two of these. Huzzah. And the truce is going to go away. The claim is going to go away. All the occupied markers are going to go away. So, good news. Saxony does not exist anymore. I guess it's kind of good news. Now that's interesting. Really? Okay. They can live next to each other. Good deal. Okay. That's one of my wars where I have a total victory. Now I can do the vassalization of the other. Only apply for realms for which the victor satisfies all requirements. Loser must be an NPR, must have total victory. Victory must occupy loser's capital. Victory occupy if they have any others. No, done. For all realms, treat as a white piece without prestige loss, blah, blah, blah. Da, 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 da. Loser becomes a vassal of the victor. Victor places a vassal on a loser's de jure provinces, except province occupied by other player realms. Victor may place 2 influence in loser realms. Oh, that's good. Add unrest to all provinces gained in areas where the victor occupied. So it's not clear from this shortened and yet much longer player aid whether the incoming vassal token still has unrest on it. I would bet yes. Does not say. It just says places their vassal on all the user's diverse provinces. So I'm going to say that's probably like you put it on there in the same current state that it is. That might not be the case. No, I'm going to say that's actually not the case because it would say something about it. It would say that it goes on there like that. All right, the war comes off for them too. So I think this is the way it's supposed to go on there. No. No. It's not clear. There's so much in this it's not clear. It just says places their vassal token in all of losers' de jure provinces except any province's own. And it also says you get to place 2 cubes and add unrest to all vassal tokens gained in areas where the victor occupied no provinces. But that's not true. But all right, so we've got some influence in the area now as well. What annoys me is that I can't get to count this control as this. Something tells me if I dig around in here for vassal token province things, there's going to be a definition somewhere that says whenever you replace a thing with a thing, you always replace them on the same side. But it's never in the useful place. It's like buried in a definition somewhere. So I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to assume that that's the case. It probably is. So now that my wars are over, we have to now figure out what's going on with Austria. Have they satisfied partial victory? Because they do not have total victory, I don't think. Total victory. Actually, it might be easier for bots. Let's see. Occupies all single enemies de jure provinces. The answer is no, but I think they get a partial victory here. Enemy is a player realm? No. Enemy is an NPR or bot. Your depleted deployed land units must outnumber. I gotta go look because I'm guessing there's special rules for bots. Must outnumber rebels in your area plus enemy deployed land units. Okay. Thought I remember a thing about how it's easier for bots to win these somehow, but I don't see any special exemption. The answer is yes. The bots deployed land units do outnumber rebels in their areas plus enemy deployed land units. Okay. So, you know what? I'm not using the peace resolution thing. That's what I should be using every time it's the... I don't use that for bots. That's right. All right. Automatic white peace is no. Has achieved a total victory against an NPR enemy. Has to occupy the capital and the province. That's what I was expecting. That's what I remembered. Thank you. Same state for non-core areas. What was that in reference to? All right. So I believe this is considered a total victory because the bot occupy... Oh, no, it doesn't occupy the capital, so it can't be a total victory. So at war with a human player, no. At war with another bot, no. At war with an NPR, yes. Is the army greater than rebels in bots' areas? Yes, it's 8-1. Tax value of enemies de jure provinces owned by bot is greater than tax value of own occupied by enemy. Anyone occupies anyone's capital? No. Enemy occupies any of bots' territories. Does it count if they're rebels? No, it does not. End war and keep current board state. Score prestige equals tax income of retained enemy core provinces. So, it looks like the bot is picking up some pieces of Venice's area. And the war is going to end, so there will be a truce with Venice. Because keep current board state, I think that's all that's going to happen here. But let's double check. Yes, and score prestige equal to the tax income of retained enemy core province. So they gain 3, so they get 2 prestige. That counts as if they did a mission, I believe. Meanwhile, we're going to have to come back and check because we did get this as well. So we'll figure that out in a second. If enemy still exists, flip war token to their true side. Done. Player realms on both sides may add claims where they have lost that. They didn't. Remove bot's claims from areas where bot now owns all provinces. For each removed, blah, blah, blah. And if able, add a core. They can't do that because they don't own all provinces, so they keep the claim there. Enemy wars remaining to resolve. The answer is no. That's the end of that. So before we go too much further, let's not forget that I've got this. So I gain 2 prestige. 1, 2. And I gain 2 influence in HRE areas adjacent to my realm. Well, let's put them down here in Westphalia, I think. Unless you know what? We'll put them up here. That will give us enough to vassalize Pomerania and then to make it a core. And you know what? I needed to remove these truces from the previous round. Forgot about that. All right. Hang on. Didn't we just remove a pirate? Was there a pirate over here that I removed instead? Was I supposed to remove all pirates? For the bot? Remove all pirates from such trade node. Yeah, so I think all the pirates go away. Because I don't think that was added after the bot did that. Pretty sure that was already there. Okay. So where are we now? I was finishing my Hohenzollern Dynasty card, which unlocks 2C, 2G, 2H, and 2I. 2C, 2G, 2H, and that's it. So we've got 2 new options for next time. Alliances and dynasties. Have an alliance or royal marriage with 3 or more realms, at least 2 of which do not have an alliance or royal marriage with at the beginning of the game. I mean, that's okay. We'll try to get an alliance with somebody. Own and have large towns on 2 or more of your core provinces that were small at the start of the game. Should be possible. I've already got one of those in the capital. No, I didn't do that, did I? I'm thinking of a different game. I need to try to pump them up. So we'll consider that in the near future. Okay, so this is now complete. So we've completed all 4 of these missions. Own or vassalize 4 provinces in an area where you have no core provinces, which is adjacent by land to another of your areas. See, I can trigger this, but the core wouldn't go to where I want it to go. There's only one place that I own all areas in, and that's this one. So the question is, do I hold on to this, or do I just bite the bullet, put it here, and then hope that I can gain cores elsewhere in the future? Here's the question. Are there 2 of these that I think I have even a chance of doing? This is not possible anytime soon because all I've done is conquer everything around me. I need to get further out, and I'm not conquering anything anytime soon. I could maybe try direct vassalizing some of these things. I wonder if that's a better option. Some of these 1 province miners, I could just like, instead of getting not direct vassal, direct annex, because you can use a single subjugate card to just turn those into a town rather than getting them as a vassal first. So maybe I try to do that twice. I don't think that's possible. I'm going to stick with the original plan and go for Pomerania with a subjugate card next turn. Then I'll own everything up here, and eventually I'll subjugate them into my territory, and then that will be a core possibility. So that's not happening anytime soon. That's not happening anytime soon. This is probably not happening anytime soon, too, because I have very little power of any kind. I'm okay with holding on to this and playing it at the right time, because I don't see any of these other ones triggering anytime soon. So that having been said, let's go back to the sequence. Peace resolution is complete. So I think that means we do prestige penalties next. Interregnums, no. Religious dissent, oh no. This is every single area gets rebels because I never converted the... Boy, this was a terrible idea. All I had to do was to convert to Protestantism and everything is better. Do I want to go back and like just say, listen, if I had any idea how this game worked, I would not have done that? I think so. I think I'm gonna give myself a mulligan there, because I could see that it was coming up. There was an event telling me that a whole bunch of Protestant stuff was going to pop up. So I'll take back that that card. So we didn't spend the card, and instead we spent, what does it cost? 2. Oh, just swap bureaucracy for tolerance. No, I think it's much better to just gain... I wanted to do it anyway. Just gain Protestantism now. Convert our state religion. Where the heck's diverse faiths? hiding? There it is. So, oh, it's a generic one, isn't it? It's not even... change state religion. Lose 2 prestige and 1 stability. Lose 1 royal marriage and a total of 5 cubes from areas of abandoned religion. Place removed cubes to areas of new religion. So, I don't know if I even... Oh, it's going to come out of here, isn't it? Remove 5 from areas of abandoned religion. And place removed cubes in areas of new religion. So this would go to, say... I guess it can really only go... I can't go there. Could go here. Could go here. Could go... No, I can't go there. I guess I can go here as well. Just to make sure that the vassals don't go problematic on me. All right. So lose 2 and 1 stability. Ugh, that's annoying. And I got to lose 1 royal marriage. And at this point, it's not as important that I have the royal marriage on Bohemia because I got the vassal, so I did what I needed to do. Oh, actually, no. I lose the royal marriage in areas that had the abandoned religion. Bohemia went Protestant too. So theoretically, I could have done this after all. That was the way the consequences were laid out here. Could have been the last thing I did was change religion after seeing everything trigger. In each of your areas of abandoned religion, gain 1 unrest and roll a rebel die. So that is going to trigger up in Pomerania, I believe. But all my other areas went Protestant. So we do have to roll the rebel dice for Pomerania. Here's hoping. Oh, no. I don't have any more manpower to give. What happens when you run out of manpower? Oh, boy. All right. And that's that. So now my religion is officially Protestantism, and this is going to hurt considerably less. Now we're back to the end of turn sequence here, which is just going to hit Pomerania again. So I got to add another unrest in Pomerania and then roll rebel dice for them, or just stop. My vassals would also be upset, except Protestantism got spread to where my vassals are as well. So that's good. Gain or remove unrest. I don't have any of that. So now we got to roll rebel dice. So I've got 2 in Pomerania. Let's roll them. Come on, get lucky. Come on, get lucky. I'm in a really bad situation here. Oh, no. So we lose 2 ducats, and we're going to lose a small town because we do not have any units at all. We're completely out of money. We're completely out of units. All right, that was Pomerania. Now we're going to do Lower Saxony. 2 dice. Come on. 2 more ducats. Could have been worse. And then we've got 2 in Saxony itself. Let's get some remove unrest, please. Oh, it almost did it. I lose a monarch power. All right. I can't suppress unrest enough. This is absurd. I'm going to get 2 military power. I have to use it to build my army back. I can bring 2 more over as, man, this is, I've got myself into quite a pickle here. I've done some very quick and fast expansion here, but I did it at the same time that Protestantism was striking through the area. So yeah, it's hit me hard. All right, now we got to do the vassals, or so diverse faiths doesn't hit either of the other ones in any way. So instead, we're just going, why is there claim is actually here in the Pomeranian area. So next we have to roll for the Emperor. 1, 2, 3, 4 total for the Emperor. Oh, of course, they only lose 1 bot power. They only had 1 to lose in the first place. Okay, so we rolled rebel dice. Now income and upkeep. Well, we're not going to cut any costs. We don't got any costs to be out there. 12, 13, 14. Okay, 18 minus 1, 2, and then a 3 for a ship. So at least we get 15 for a total of 16. So we have at least the ability to raise our army back. Then we collect monarch power, which is not going to be pretty. Let's see. 1, 2 for admin power. 1, 2, 3, 4 for diplomatic power. 1, 2 for military power. Boy, that's just awful. I'm going to need to pull some good admin power options here and some good military power ones. Anyway, so that's our monarch power. The bots each get 9, 8. That's what we're doing in this hard mode. I can't believe Denmark bot passed with 7, 7. No, they passed with 6. They gained 1. So now they're going to go up to 15. Oops. From 7 to 15. Okay. And then, because they are the papal controller, they get another. And because they are the emperor, they get another, if I remember correctly. Oh, emperors after we roll a die. So let's roll a die and see what happens to the emperor's power. So 4 is going to change it, I think. If it's greater than the current by 2, current plus 2, equal to or greater than the current plus 2, it does rise by 1. So prefer electors where it can gain 1. So it does that. And it does gain 1 extra bot power, score prestige, uncontested papal controller. Not this time. Nope, he lost the cardinal from one of the cards. Clean up. Update manpower. Our manpower is 4, 5, and then, so 11. Okay, I'll take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oop, wrong thing. 9, 10, 11. And then we're going to gain 4 over here. Now, there we go. Oh, that is so much nicer. You know, I wouldn't have needed these counters as much. I could have just used actual cubes if I'd known about that. Because my problem was they kept getting clumped up, and I wanted to make them in neat rows so it was very clear how much each side had. Because if I had to, like, if there's just a clump of cubes and I had to count, is that 9 or is it 8? And then over here, was it 10? Like, because that matters a lot for, is there more on one side than the other? And I want it to be quick. That's why I made it counters. But if it had just been, thank you for that tip. I'm going to use that next time. The little thing that lets you move these into little nice lines when you drop them. That's beautiful. Okay. So we refreshed half the exhausted units. Merchants didn't need to be refreshed. Update board state. Oh, we got to remove plague from the map. I don't think the plague affects the bots at all, which is interesting. I wonder if there's details about that in here. It would be in here, I think. Huh. There's nothing in here about plague. That's weird. It's like the one secondary effect that's not listed anywhere. Oh, because plague isn't a secondary effect. It's a primary effect. That's right. Bots just don't get affected by plague. Well, the plague would have affected them by flipping the town, right? But it doesn't have any impact on their tax income is what we're talking about. Okay. So addressed imperial influence and redistribute. Did that. Tags. Age 3 or 4, no. Okay, so I think we're done with that age. Hopefully I only got 6 things incorrect, because Jesus Christ. I don't think I took back my 2 points from the idea that I didn't research. So, yeah. things are just, I mean, our empire is much stronger, but it's just much worse off here. All right, thanks for watching, guys. It's 8 o'clock here. I could do one more round. I'm going to take a quick break, though, and come back in a moment on a new stream on the YouTube. So if you want to go refresh my main channel in about 5 minutes, you'll see a new one up there with a countdown, and we'll pop back into this for Age 2, Round 2. Fight.